if you don't study faster after this video, just block me. While you are studying, your brain has one particular channel where information goes in through. That particular channel can only hold one thing at a time. That is why learning feels slow, learning feels sluggish, because your brain is queuing it and is determining what it should retain and what it should take off. These three methods will help you to be able to open another channel in which you'll be able to learn effectively and you'll be able to study faster than before. The first thing that you need to do is to do a schema activation. Now, first of all, what is a schema? A schema is a particular part of your brain that has held on to previous things that you've learned in the past. That is why it will be very difficult for someone that have never studied mathematics, that have never studied chemistry to understand it. And it's very easy for someone that have studied chemistry to understand it, because the person that studies chemistry and understands it faster have been able to build his or her brain, because you've been able to entrench solid foundation of basic concept of chemistry in your brain in such a way that if you learn other things that's chemistry related, your brain will be able to pick up immediately and be able to activate previously learned knowledge. So those previously learned knowledge are schemas. And if you are learning something new, you are going back to the previous schema to be able to make new schemas. So in a situation whereby you've not learned anything at all before, that is, you don't have existing schema in your brain, that's what makes learning difficult and slow. So how can you help yourself at this point? While you are studying, I will advise you to, before you study the main content at all, you have to do what we call pre-exposure. And this pre-exposure, you are making your brain to get ready to collect information, and you are trying to search for various schemas in your brain that your brain will be able to activate them and you'll be able to catch on. So while you are studying, the first 20 to 30 minutes, go through the table of content, go through the introductory paragraph, go through the summary paragraph. In fact, you can watch a video about it. You can listen to someone talk about it, about that particular concept. Then after you've gone through this pre-exposure, then you have to read on your own. While you are reading on your own, those pre-exposure you've done has prepared your brain to create new schemas. So once you read on your own, you are refining back to those pre-exposures that you've done, and learning becomes easy, studying becomes easy, because you won't need. So at that point, you are looking at what you are studying from different perspectives, from different channels, rather than just studying it anew and getting into your brain through one channel. And likewise, someone that has been used to chemistry before, he or she is not studying through one channel because he's activating previously learned information. So that is why some students, you see them in your class, they are quite brilliant than you. No, the reason is they've been able to learn to the extent that they've made their brain gotten used to learning certain concepts, learning certain things, exposed to different terminologies over time. So by the time they learn something new, it's just like they are just upgrading their brain. Another channel through which you can study faster is dual channeling. Now, dual channeling, there are two types. We have the virtual channel and we have the spatial channel. The virtual channel has to do with processing texts and audible information, and the spatial channel has to do with processing pictures. So some students only use the verbal channel. This can make learning slow because you are using one channel. But if you can employ the spatial channel that is using pictures, it will speed up your studying process and you'll be able to study faster. Virtual channel can just be as simple as sketching, having a box and having an arrow that points down to a particular thing, or having a cyclic diagram that shows how information flows. Or, for example, if you are reading a step about something and the steps are given in just simply notes of 2 pages, you can simplify such thing into boxes with arrows. That visual information can make studying faster rather than just reading the linear form itself. Aside from using the box, You can also try to have a simple diagram of something that shows how something is. For example, that is it. So this can actually speed up your learning and help you study faster. So employing two channels where you encode the information can help. You have to use the two simultaneously, because if you use the two simultaneously, you are actually encoding the information using two parts of your brain: the part of your brain that responds to text, another part of your brain that responds to picture, visual aspects of anything. So you are getting in the information through channels in your brain, and it makes studying faster. Now, another thing is using interleaving. Now, interleaving in sense that, for example, normally if you are studying, you use block practice. If you are learning something about quadratic equation, or you are trying to learn a particular concept in economics, let's take, for example, a demand and supply. Now, if you are learning that type of information, students tend to repeat the information over and over again, and thinking that the more they solve questions that look alike over and over again, the more the information gets into their brain, and that is called blocked practice. This can make you bored. This will not actually test for an exam, because in exams they mix problems together, and at that point, as a result of mixing problems together, you are forced to think about the method you are going to use or how you are going to approach such problem. But if you are just doing block practice, you've been used to the process you've been used to the method that, for example, if you are given 20 questions on the same problem and you are solving the same thing over and over again, it gets to a point that you won't even think about the method before you apply it, because you've been used to it. There is no interruption that is going on. So it is very important that you have several interruptions, and this interruption can help you differentiate between problems and point out similarities, and be able to think and stand on your toe and become active on the methods that you are going to. For example, if you have a question on demand and supply, the next question could be on market structure, the next question. So at every point in time, you are active and you are thinking about the method that you are going to use. Now, the fact that you are thinking about the method that you are going to use on that point in time, you are learning faster, and you will not have issues in your exam. But if you are only used to going through the same thing over and over and over and over again, it gets to a point that your brain becomes dormant and you will just be applying the same thing. And the fact that you are doing the same thing doesn't mean that it's being solidified in your brain. I hope you get that. So if you use interleaving, you mix practice together. You are mixing practice. You are going from different. You are solving different things with different methods. This help you keep you on your toe and help you study faster. Now, that process can become difficult. It can be difficult because at that point, you moving from one method to another or thinking about it can be stressful. But the fact that you are forcing your brain to be able to think about it, then it becomes more easy the more you are stressing yourself. It might not seem so at that point in time, but over time it becomes easy for you. So by the time you get to the exam hall, you'll be able to think on your toe and you'll be able to solve the questions that you need to solve and solve them correctly, and you'll be able to think faster. So I hope you get that. So after you must have applied these three methods, you should be able to study faster and better. I hope you got so much value from this video. If you did, like the video and also subscribe to the channel. You can also check out this other video on other informations you need in order for you to study effectively. Thank you so much for watching, and see you on the next one.